Good evening, everyone. So, recently we had some pretty gnarly technical difficulties with me trying to stream, and it occurred to me when these issues started to crop up, really started around the time I tried streaming to not just Facebook and Twitter, but YouTube as well. So, I think I'm going to give it a shot without that. We're going to try and run um, our little intro again here and see how that goes in just a moment. But yeah, I have a feeling that without the need to, you know, uh, oh gosh, I can't even talk tonight, and that without streaming to YouTube, there we should do a lot better than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot here in just a moment. Bear with me. This is kind of impromptu, so I'm not really, um, you know, spending a whole lot of. I haven't spent a whole lot of time setting all this up, so we're just gonna go ahead and give it a shot. No one's watching right now anyway, which is fine. And that, but if anyone goes back, we'll see how this goes. So let me see if I can actually do this. All right. That went pretty well, actually, compared to previously while I was trying to do that. Let me try one more thing, see if we can't watch a trailer here. We'll give it a shot. If it works, great. If not, no big deal. See if this streams okay. All right, that went pretty well as well, I do believe. So it looks like adding YouTube was, kind of the catalyst for all those technical difficulties. So you know what that means. We're going to be able to have our Let's Plays and our watch parties and all those other fun things that we had planned up and running for us again. I do want to talk about a couple of things real quick. One is it occurred to me recently that I kept getting this vibe about the new Godzilla Minus One design and why I enjoyed it so much. I'm just going to share my screen here for a moment, and we're going to take a look at this image here, just off here to the left. I'm going to try and pop it up here a little bit bigger see if we can't see the full size one. It's really obvious that he has a huge row of spines on his back. We've seen similar designs from the early 2000s, which is usually what this gets compared to. But actually, as I kept looking at it, I got a completely different vibe because, as you can see, he stands quite a bit more upright than the Godzilla 2000 design. And I was like, man, why do I love this so much? And what I realized was it kind of reminds me of the Godzilla NES game, which many of you may know that are watching. We played a couple of weeks back. Well, that didn't take me where I wanted to go. But I have always loved this kind of sprite. And if you notice here, he has some monster spines on him. And when you look between the two, bear with me 1 second, like that's a pretty clear comparison. I'm actually going to try and screenshot these and just put them side by side to kind of, demonstrate the vibe there. So, of course, we have a little bit of a slimmer Godzilla. Of course, this is, clearly modeled after more of a, I think anyway, more of a Showa era Godzilla. He's got the shorter tail. Definitely has more of a Mothra versus Godzilla vibe going on, in my opinion. I see a little bit of that brow there that's so defined in Mothra versus Godzilla. So I've always kind of gotten that sort of vibe from him. But the spines are very large. In fact, that middle one is huge. And when you look at that here, we see that same effect. Now, this one's angled a little bit more upwards and that, but it definitely seems to mirror that, which I thought was super interesting. So just some thoughts on that there as far as Godzilla Minus One goes. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this is my favorite Godzilla design since the Heisei era. Like, I want to look at that. I mean, just at looking at that design again and really just sort of zooming in on that. But bear with me a second. I'm just pulling up that other screen again. Like, it is just gorgeous. I can't get over how really beautiful this design truly is. Like, you're looking at those spines there up on the back. I mean, just absolutely stunning. And, looking at it from a couple of different angles, I don't necessarily love his pose here with the way the arms are. I want to see it in motion a little bit, just because I know it's kind of a dynamic shot. It's meant to show him in a bit of motion, but I think that I like this more traditional Godzilla shot, very traditional stance. And just, man, oh man, like, you're looking at the definition on the tail, how the spines change. I love everything, like just the shape of the head, the definition of the chest, the stuff. Like, to me, this is really, I think, what I was hoping for out of the legendary design. Now, don't come at me with torches and pitchforks quite yet. I do like the legendary design. I don't love it. I still felt like the United States has this like compulsion to really need to make him look reptilian and kind of natural. And I just don't think that's necessary with Godzilla. Like, I love this photo. Like, that just looks incredible. Wow, what a stellar job they have done kind of recreating that. And some of you may say, well, it's just Godzilla the Ride, and it's definitely an updated version of that. I'm completely fine with it. I don't know why I'm not sure why we're so offended by that. So when I was growing up, you know, Godzilla's design, it changed some, but it was relatively the same for most of my life. And then you get the Heisei era, and we have 6 films where it just remains relatively the same. Let's see, Biollante, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Battle for Earth, Mechagodzilla, Space Godzilla, Destroya. Yeah, 6 films where it is pretty much just the same. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty darn close. And I think this just updates that design so well. I think this may be my favorite. I do love, Godzilla 2000. I do think it's an iconic design. Obviously, it reappeared in Megaguirus. And then the Kyu series kind of riffed on that with some changes to the face and gave it some more cat-like eyes and things like that. But so very iconic design there as well. I liked the Final Wars Godzilla. I didn't think it was perfect by any means, but it was, excuse me, oh, pardon me, I must be getting tired tonight. I thought it was serviceable. I definitely, like, I know a lot of folks love the GMK Goji. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it was an okay design. Again, not perfect. This is what I've been waiting for. This looks great, and it's traditional and modern at the same time. And yeah, this is really, and this is what I was kind of like when I'm talking about a scary, intimidating Godzilla. This is what I think of, and I think they could have really gone with this with Shin Godzilla as well. I mean, could you imagine this Godzilla with Shin Godzilla's like maybe sort of facial features, maybe not as extreme or as toothy, but like this with the red accents and the sort of fleshy bits. I don't want the spine lasers. I don't need the tail mouth. I don't need none of that. Just give me something like this, and with some of Shin Godzilla's accents, I thought that would have really been excellent. Or just slap some of those beefy arms on Shin Godzilla. That might be fun to watch too. But real quick, we did get the second episode of Ultraman Blazar. Still looks fantastic. A lot of people are very happy with this one, and most folks seem infatuated with the new kaiju. We're going to play just a clip of it here tonight. See how that goes. But I want to just kind of touch base on this for a moment and watch it here with you. So let's go ahead and do that now.
I forgot this.
Captain?
You two call a ceasefire. I'll take out the heat emitter.
It's too dangerous! Captain!
Command, this is Scarred. Ceasefire. One of our members is approaching Gatos. I repeat, ceasefire.
So as you can see, we have a very aquatic looking kaiju here in Gatos.
Stay there.
It's got a unique
Wait, sir!
kind of vibe to it.
Hold it
and
right there!
really
Let go of me! I'm not
fans
gonna
have
let that
really-
thing sink any more of our ship! What do you think you're gonna do to it? I'll impale it like any other fish! Yeah, I think it'll take more than that to break a kaiju's skin, sir!
I like how just kind of listening to some of the dialogue there. It's so interesting. And we've got this
Sir! It's hot!
old man that's kind of interjecting and being really interesting. Yeah, of course,
So that
Ultraman
means I wasn't dreaming after all.
about to enter the fray here. But I really like his design. There's shades of Titanosaurus with the tail, and I think that's like the easy comparison, right? Titanosaurus is oh, they're both like aquatic dinosaurs. He's got a little bit more going on. He's got the head and antenna or lure type that certain fish seem to have at a very deep depths. He just got rocked in the face by Ultraman Blazar, who is now doing poses.
Ultraman?
Blazar.
Glowing going on. Oh, now we got some advertisements. Cool, but let's skip those. Looks almost be like that beam to me is really interesting because it is a beam, but it almost looks like pressurized water. And I think that makes this kaiju really interesting. I don't know if that's officially the case, but to me, it looks like some sort of either a water type of beam, or it might just be a water, playing on that water motif or aquatic motif that we have going on. I love this move here. Like, it was so unexpected. Like, I just didn't see that coming, where that would extend like that. Wrap. Excuse me again. It's been a long day, but just didn't see it coming where it's wrapped Ultraman up and really caused some damage there. That was really a fun little surprise. Of course, a little bit of goose in there. They end up ripping that completely off. Oh, Gatos is trying to retreat, but and he does successfully. Oh, but we got a fishing pole. It's an interesting take already. So, a little bit of campy humor in the second episode. I thought this was interesting because the first one seemed to have a much more serious vibe, whereas this definitely has a little bit more charm and humor in it. Definitely a brighter. Ooh. He is gone. Blazar getting rid of him in pretty short order. His little meter doesn't even start to blink there.
Look at that. The boats are all in one piece.
Yes. But if we continue to pollute the ocean, Gedos will return before long. You've got good instincts. You should stay. Be my apprentice. You could master the harpoon.
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, all right then.
A little bit of humor there. Very cool.
This has been under the base.
So, just wanted to kind of use this as an opportunity to touch base on that. Go ahead and get rid of that, and really just use this this evening as a test to see, what is going on. And I think, unfortunately, I think I was right. I think streaming to YouTube has caused most of our technological woes. Yeah, we will continue to try to address that, but that's certainly been interesting. So for now, what I'll have to do is download these videos and upload them separately, and hopefully they'll have the same effect. But one, if you're watching this tomorrow or the next day, thanks for watching. Definitely appreciate it. This is just kind of a fun little impromptu 20-minute chat just for me to touch on a couple of those points. I know I'm probably not the most exciting or fluid sounding all the time. I'll looking to improve myself as we go along too, but I like to keep these kind of informal at the same time. Like, I don't necessarily think that we always have to be super over the top or it has to be a production all the time. I kind of like these little chats. So let me know what you think. Do you think I need to be a little bit more formal? Maybe work out some of the hesitations and stuff like that. I'll continue to work on that stuff, but for now, I'm just having fun interacting with everyone out there. So thanks so much for watching if you're with us, and have a great night.